Welcome to Beautifully Ruined, the podcast where we believe that being beautifully ruined isn't the end, but the beginning of a remarkable journey. I'm your host, AD Callaghan, and guys, we have made it to episode number 10. This is literally me overcoming my fear. This is literally me achieving my goals. This is literally me being consistent, going against the grain, against my norm. In today's episode, I would like to raise the question, what's better than winning the jackpot, winning the $1 million, $100 million, winning whatever that you think is enormous in your life? Well, let me tell you, what's better than all of that is literally kicking those nasty, bad habits that would either cause you to squander the winnings, to squander the blessing, or to literally cause you not to live a full and long life enough to even enjoy the blessing, enjoy the winnings, enjoy the million or $100 million or whatever it is. That's literally what it is. And trust me, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're saying. Oh, that's just me. That's just what I do. You know, I eat this way, I smoke that way, or I drink like that. That's just what I'm accustomed to do. My family has always done that. That's just me, right? No. That is not you, friend. You are not an alcoholic. You are not a drug abuser. You are not addicted to SCX. You are not, a shopaholic. You are none of those things. Matter of fact, you are simply someone who is trying to cope with what has either happened to them, what is currently happening to you, or what you think could possibly happen to you. None of that is you. Matter of fact, I want you to get this in your head. It did not happen to you. It happened for you. And let me repeat that. It did not happen to you. It happened for you. Meaning that everything that you went through has prepared you for this moment. It has made you become the overcomer that you are, the resilient person that I know that you can be, that persistent, that thriving individual that you are. It literally made you more empathetic. It made you more understanding. It made you to be the person that you needed to be in order to kick whatever habits that are standing in between you and you hitting that jackpot or you enjoying that jackpot. And the first step that we're going to take today, friends, the first step is that we're going to be present. And I know you say, well, how do I be present, right? It's more than just sitting here. I practice being present by literally expressing gratitude for what's now. For example, I am grateful that you can hear my voice, that I have a voice. I am grateful that I have a roof over my head. I have AC blowing. I am grateful that my arms work, my fingers work. I am grateful that I can see you right now. I am grateful that my legs work. When you practice gratitude on the day and gratitude for what you could see, the right here, the present, the now, it will keep you out of what happened, what you think might happen, and you'll find that you'll be a little bit more happier, right? Because you're expressing gratitude for what is and not, doom and gloom of what happened or replaying this scenario that happened 15 years ago over and over and over again in your head and making yourself unhappy, making yourself feel that you need to do those bad habits in order to feel good, right? Now, the second step, friends, is that we need to literally identify our triggers, whether the trigger is the way we're thinking, if we're thinking in the past or the future, or whether the trigger is a place, a person, a thing, an object, whatever that you know that literally triggers you to do that bad habit, you need to get rid of it. For example, if you know that you're trying to stop drinking, right, or cut down on drinking, and you know that going to happy hour trigger you, that you know that going to your cousin's house triggers you, you know that dealing with that ex triggers you, you need to get rid of it. You need to love them from afar. You need to stay away from those happy hours, from those lounges, wherever they do what you know will trigger you to go back to those bad habits. You need to steer away from it. And trust me, it'll work. You won't be perfect at first, friend, but with practice and over time, you'll get better. The next step is we need to set clear goals. We can't keep starting a year or whatever time we have a goal, we say, oh, I want to have that beach body by the summertime, or I want to get rich, or I want to be a millionaire. We need to set achievable and obtainable goals. So for example, if you know that your goal is to stop smoking, you start with this. My goal is to stop smoking cigarettes after dinner time, Monday through Friday. And then as you get that down pat, as you get more consistent with that, maybe it takes you 2 weeks to get totally consistent. It maybe take you a month to actually knock the goal out. Then you take it up a notch, right? Then you say, okay, you know what? My next goal is I'm going to go from not smoking after dinner to where I'm not going to smoke cigarettes after lunch. And then you may take it up another notch where it's not after breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And before you know it, you'll be on your path, right? So that leads me to this next step. Replacing bad habits with good habits. And if you're one of those people who can literally say, for example, since we're talking about, smoking cigarettes or smoking vapes or whatever it is that you do, if you know that typically after you eat, that's what you decide to do, you say, okay, well, instead of doing that, I'm going to go take a walk around the block. And let's say if you can do that, then let's do that. But if you can't do that, and maybe you're someone like me, where I just have to figure out something small, something good, and just focus on building a good habit that may not even be associated with the main habit that I'm trying to stop, right? And for me, that, to give you an example, that was me deciding to make up my bed, y'all. Like literally. Me deciding to make up my bed ended up being like a ripple effect that led to me meal prepping, that led to me taking my lunch to work, that led to me working out on my lunch breaks from 3 days a week to 5 days a week. It literally ended up being a ripple effect. And what I noticed is that the more that I added on good habits, those bad habits dropped off. And that leads me to another thing. Once you add that good habit on, I want you to really take a look inside to how it makes you feel. For example, when I never knew that making up my bed in the morning would literally make me feel good. I did not know it. But let me tell you, the first day that I decided to make my bed, I kid you not, I went to the restroom and I'm doing my morning routine and what have you, right? And I came back to circle back to the room to get something. And then I just noticed that like, oh my God, instead of my bed being in a disarray, it was actually looking super nice. Like it even made my mind feel clear. Like I felt a little good, but I'm gonna be honest with you. It didn't really hit me to when I got off of work. Now, when I got off of work, y'all, and you had a long day, you done dealt with work and all the things that come along with work, and I came home and I went to put down my work backpack and all my items, right, in the room and, change clothes. And then I noticed my bed made up. Like, I just felt good. I literally felt that feeling like when you walk into a real nice hotel room and everything's in perfect order. The bed is made up, the pillows are all fluffy. Everything looks super nice. Like, I didn't realize that coming home to made up bed would literally make me feel that good. And so I begin to do that with all my good habits. I start to realize that, me beginning to make my lunch made me not only feel better because it was already prepped and out the way, so it saved me time in the morning. I'm not having to rush and hustle and bustle to make lunch, and it also saved me a ton of money. I was no longer spending $20, $30 a day on eating out, which 9 times out of 10 probably wasn't even healthy food to begin with, right? And I noticed I began to feel better. I noticed that me eating healthier led to my workouts being a lot better. Like, it began to be a ripple effect. Like, me doing one good habit led to another good habit, led to another good habit. And I really didn't have to even focus on the bad habits. They began to literally drop off. And trust me, whatever you focus on, you produce more of. So I highly suggest you just focus on the good. Don't beat yourself up. Give yourself some grace and just focus on what good you can do and continue to do it and how it makes you feel. And trust me, that'll give you a little bit more gas in your tank. Now, the next step, we have to learn how to start tracking our progress and celebrating small victories, right? I know we always want to wait till we get to the big victories. I know we always want to notate the big stuff we do, but no. Track down your progress. Maybe you didn't hit your goal all the way the first week. Maybe you got half of it, right? But that's better than you did the week before when you weren't doing it at all, right? And then next week, maybe you hit 80%. Then the week after that, you hit 100%. Every time that you do better, I need you to celebrate it. Celebrate it in whatever way that works for you, in a good, healthy way. And for me, my celebrating my little victories look like me getting a pedicure or me buying that pair of shoes that I've been looking at. Those were healthy ways for me to celebrate my small wins and my small victories. And trust me, as you begin to write it down, as you begin to see the progress of what you wrote down, as you begin to celebrate those small victories, that's going to add more gas. That's going to get you momentum. And now all your wheels are rolling. They're rolling and you're going, right? And you're on your way to knocking out that goal, kicking out that bad habit, right? And finally, you want to seek support, right? Whether that be your close friends, near or family that you could see or touch, or your friends and your internet family, right? Anybody that you feel that you can actually trust, not a naysayer, somebody that you could trust, share your goals, share your progress. They're going to become not only your encouragers and uplifters, they're going to become your accountability managers, right? And what that basically means is they're going to hold you accountable for what you said you was going to do. And trust me, friend, it may be a little irritating sometimes. Please do not take it the wrong way. But what I do know is that when you literally begin to knock them goals out, you're not going to wait for them to ask you. You're going to be the first one. Hey, guess what I did this week? I hit that goal. I increased that goal, or I double it, or I got a new goal, and you're going to be one to share it. And trust me, when you surround yourself with a great support system, that's like the icing on the cake. All your wheels are going to be rolling. You're going to be going. And before you know it, you will look back and say, I can't believe that I used to do that I used to smoke cigarettes. I can't believe that I used to be a shopaholic. I can't believe that I used to drink like I used to. You will be amazed at how far you have come, at the transformation that you have made. And trust me, friend, change takes time. It's not an overnight process. It's not something that's instantaneous. Change takes time, and it takes you being patient with yourself and giving yourself grace and not beating yourself up. So once again, we're going to be present, right? We're going to be present. We're going to know who we are. Right? We're going to express gratitude. We're going to eliminate the triggers. We're going to set clear goals. We're going to Literally replace the bad habits with good habits. We're not going to focus on the bad. We're going to focus on the good. We're going to begin to track our progress and celebrate our small wins. And finally, we're going to begin to build us a great support system, share our goals, share our progress, and have an environment of encouragement and accountability. And if you can't find anybody to be a part of your support system, in the comments today, I want you to write type whatever it is goal that you have, and I'll help be your accountability manager. And so next week when you come check back in, I'm going to ask you, hey, how did that goal go? How's it looking? And I'm going to encourage you to either do better, to level up, or increase your goal, whatever it may be. We're here to hold each other accountable. We're here to encourage and uplift each other's. And once again, if you like anything out of this message, please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.